Hello, my name is Donna Young, and I am making a video for Sam about gender identity, which isn't something I have consciously thought about a lot before, which is quite interesting. So when was I first aware of my gender identity? I thought about it and I wasn't sure. I couldn't think. And then I realised that I think that's because I've always been aware of it. I think because of family, I don't come from particularly, like, my close family, like my parents and my brother. I don't come from an at all traditional family. I actually come from quite a, I don't know, new age weirdo family. But I think my more extended family, taking in my aunts, uncles, grandparents, we all used to go on these big holidays with all of us. There'd maybe be 20 of us there. And as a young woman, I watched the older women perform the traditional role of women, taking care of the men, keeping the men in line, that kind of thing. They got up in the morning and made the breakfast for the whole house, for the children and the men. It was a bit like that. Although it wasn't, it didn't seem overly oppressive. It wasn't like that. It was a choice, but it definitely kind of put the idea in my head that that's what the ladies did. That's what women did. That's what big women did. Also, my dad's mum, my Granny Young, she would always say, well, I lived with her when I was younger, and if you ever farted or and we all do, she would be like, ladies don't fart. So that made you a bit like, all right, okay. Even though you were still pissing yourself laughing, you did, ladies don't fart, all right, okay. That's not a girly thing to do. Also, if you sat with your dress on, with your knees fucking facing different ends of the room, my grandma, people would say, we don't want to see tomorrow's washing, thanks very much, or I can see what you had for breakfast, would you close your legs, please, Girls, when they wore dresses, sat with their legs nicely crossed and their back straight, that sort of thing. I think that made me, I think that made me aware of what men and women are. I've also written here, I've got some notes here, but I've also written men portions, which I think, if you ever had chicken when you were younger, your dad always got the chicken breast and you got a leg. They always got a bit more. They always got the best bit, that was for the man. The women cooked it and gave them the bloody best bit, which makes no sense. But yeah, I think things like that made me aware of my gender identity. I've never particularly questioned my gender identity. I've always accepted I was female. I never questioned, I never thought or felt like I was more inclined to be male, or, that I didn't quite fit into either male or female categories. The one thing that made me perhaps question, I don't know if this applies, I'm not entirely sure, but when I was about 14 or 15, I experimented with a female friend of mine, as many of us do. I'm not a lesbian, I'm a straight woman, but when I was younger, I've had a dabble. And I remember thinking at the time, if I am a lesbian, I didn't know at the time, if I am a lesbian, what am I going to be? Because I remember I was heavier than the girl I was experimenting with, and I remember thinking, does that make me the butch one? The word butch, along with me as a female, am I the butch female? And I remember being extremely uncomfortable with that. So that may be, I don't know if that's me questioning my gender, but I certainly knew that wasn't something that I was comfortable with, I realise that's a stereotype, but it's also an accepted term for, I think it's also an accepted kind of role for a woman to play is the butch person. So yeah, I remember that, me thinking, oh, am I that? And when you're younger, that's not something, I don't know, yeah, I'll maybe stop. But yeah, I remember thinking, am I that, questioning that, feeling a bit odd about it, you know, does that then make you more of a boy or a girl, you know, because I was young, you know, can girls be like that sort of thing. That's what I mean. Also, another thing that perhaps made me question my femininity was when I went to uni, first year of uni, I was single. I had absolutely no want nor need to find a partner. I didn't really care. I wasn't interested in pumping. Wasn't interested in going out and having sex or whatever. And a lot well, I would say all of my other female friends who were single totally were. In fact, some of them who weren't single were as well. I think first year of university is like crazy sexual freedom for a lot of people, and which is great. But I didn't feel that. I didn't want to do it. It made me uncomfortable, and I remember thinking, am I weird? Is this weird? Does this totally go against, you know, what it is to be female? Am I like asexual? Will I ever develop to having normal sexual feelings? I did, but at the time it was a big worry. So yeah, maybe that's another small thing. How much do I think social and media pressures affect the way people develop their identities? I think it affects them hugely. I think it, like I said before about me being aware of my gender when I was younger because of my family, it's a family. I think it starts in the family. I think for me, I think if you have a mother figure or a mother there, you as a young woman anyway, looked at my mum as woman. My mum was woman to me. Her body was a woman's body. That's what I thought, that's what my body would look like. And I do remember growing up, and as I developed a woman's body, thinking, I don't look like my mum's boobs don't look like this, you know, that kind of thing, you know, is this normal? I think, you know, that starts there. So your preconceived ideas of what you should be as a woman, I think, can come from your mum or whoever was a mother figure if you had one. Also, I think the media and society has these accepted categories of people, of female, of male. They've got the, you know, to be really obvious, they've got like the big strong man, the working man, the working class man, the camp man, you know. And for women, they've got the girly, you know, there's like the girly girl, the indie girl, the bookish girl, the geek, you know, that sort of thing. And that, I think that, when you're younger and when you're developing, I think you try these different, I always call them jackets, roles, you know, you try these different roles on. You know, I'm gonna try being a bit, you know, I'm gonna try being a bit girly, a bit more girly, I'm gonna try, you know, this and that. I think those roles, even though they are mainly cosmetic and behavioural, affect who you are and who you develop as a person. You try different roles on that are presented to you by society as a woman or as a male, and they shape your character within your gender. Yeah. Yeah, I've put about me, yeah, like I was really obsessed with Safi from AbFab when I was young. I really wanted to be her. I wanted to be as smart as her. I'm talking about maybe from the age of 8 to probably about 15, which is a bit sad. And I used to like wear jumpers like she did because I think I believed that they would make me better at spelling tests in school. You know, that sort of thing. I think that's an example of how media can help you shape as a person, and I think your gender identity being a part of you as a person is therefore affected by it. I have to go into the second part of the video now, so